in 14 hours Central African Time. We welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you all in the name of our Lord. Thank you so much for availing yourself, for coming once again and taking heed of our call for this press conference. We are here gathered to deliver a press statement which is based on what is happening on the political spectrum in the country. So we were here on the 15th of January for the first press conference which we held here. So we are calling this one a second series of our press conference. It is going to be delivered in a way that the nation should be informed. So I'm going to introduce you to our members or a panel from National Democratic Working Group, which is actually an organization which is established on the basis of reaching out to the masses and re-establish the democratic philosophy and principles. So to start with, on my left side, we have got Mao Nikadzino. He's one of our members in the information department. And immediate on my right is engineer Mogari Johnson. He's our chief national organizer for National Democratic Working Group. He's one of the victims of 8th February arrest in Mutare at Penalonga. And then immediately after Engineer Mugari, we've got Dr. Oraya Zembe. He's our Northern Region facilitator who covers mainly Manicaland, Mashonaland, Harare and Chitungisa in terms of representing our organization. So from Dr. Zembe, on the far right, Blessing Gomu, who is our international relations and diaspora affairs representative. So I'm handing over this press conference to our key man who is actually delivering the press statement, Dr. Oraya Zembe. Over to you, Dr. Oraya Zembe. However, we'll give you the question and answer segment where we are going to ask, where the media is going to ask questions. We take 3 questions at a time, and you introduce yourself and your organization, where you're coming from. Thank you very much. You can take over.
Thank you, Chair. Today's theme is as follows. Rejection of Emmerson Mnangagwa's 2030 life presidency agenda intensifies in Zimbabwe. As has been already alluded to by the chair, this is a follow-up to the presser we held here on the 15th of January 2025. It's important to throw some underlying importance to the current theme. The theme is the rejection of Emmerson Mnangagwa's 2030 life presidency agenda intensifies in Zimbabwe. And I underline, intensifies in Zimbabwe. That is the theme of today's presser. Welcome to you all once more, members of the Fourth Estate, to this important press conference following the one that we held on the 15th of January at this same venue. The NDWG stands hand in glove with all the progressive forces calling for immediate transformational change in Zimbabwe. As you now all know, The legitimate activities of the National Democratic Working Group were banned by Emmerson Mnangagwa's dictatorial and illegitimate regime on 8 February 2025 in Mutare. That activity was banned. That is the importance of that statement there. The illegitimate ZANU-PF regime's ZRP riot police invaded and disrupted our peaceful leadership private meeting in Penalonga, Mutare, and arrested 41 executive members of our organization who were attending the NDWG meeting at Beats of the Forest Resort. We were exposed to torture, inhuman and degrading treatment before we were thrown into holding cells at the Penalonga police station and later transferred to Mutare General Police Station. Throughout, what one could describe really as inhuman torture, inhuman ill treatment. We were exposed to torrential rains on the back of the illegitimate regime's police open trucks. This was my first experience, really, to see human beings being ferried in open trucks in heavy rainfall, loaded worse than even any commodity, because commodities are cared for. We were not cared for by those who had captured us. Let us warn Emmerson Mnangagwa's illegitimate ZANU-PF regime that we will not succumb to its arm-twisting dictatorial tactics to silence us. This has actually strengthened our inclusive movement to make the bold declarations that we are going to pronounce today, here, now. After the vicious military attack on our meeting in Mutare on Saturday, 8 February 2025, the National Democratic Working Group reconvened on the disrupted meeting on Sunday, 16 February 2025, through the cyberspace and resolved the following. That in light of our press statement dated 15 January 2025, calling for resistance and rejection to the Mnangagwa crusade to extend his presidential term of office to 2030 and beyond, we welcome the support of our position, which has been endorsed by the progressive war veterans led by Comrades Blessed Bombshell Geza and Knox Chivero. The messages being spelled out by both Geza and Chivero resonate with the National Democratic Working Group's position from the onset. We stand firm in mutual solidarity with each other, and we reassure them that we stand together high and low in this people's democratic struggle. The position is amplified by Comrades Geza and Chivero is the position of the masses of our people who are eager to see the completion of the mass democratic revolution in Zimbabwe. The revolution is upon us, fellow compatriots. We urge all churches, students, civil society organizations, workers of our nation, and the downtrodden masses of our people to stand firm in support of our position and that of the progressive war veterans of the armed liberation struggle. Truly, the armed liberation struggle was a people's struggle to struggle for justice, emancipation, and also democratic values. The time is now or never. Freedom of our people is at the core of our struggle. This is a non-negotiable position that we cannot trade with anything. We deserve better than the 2030 nonsense as a nation. The time is now. Let us come together and complete the mass democratic revolution in Zimbabwe for the permanent good of our nation. I thank you. Back to you, Chair.